What is up, and welcome back to set. Today is number 17, lower and core. So before we talk more about today's workout, let's jump into that warm-up. Join me right here for a nice and easy jog. Now remember, this is just the warm-up, so nothing crazy. You keep going. I'm going to talk about today's workout, all right? So for today, lower and core, all right? 4 rounds. Each round we only go through once, all right? Each move is 60 seconds long, and you have 4 moves each round, so it's going to fly by, all right? Now, we do have some work that is single leg, okay? So I want you to make sure that you have something nearby if you need it, all right? If you need it, that you can use to support yourself, okay? 3, 2, 1, squat, fold. Now remember, it's a warm-up. If you can't go parallel and you can't reach the ground without bending your knees, only go as far as you can, okay? Going back to the workout, like I said, have something nearby if you need it. However, if you do have a chair or a couch or you're using the wall, whatever it may be, please don't let that hold your weight as you do the move, okay? That's not its purpose, and that actually defeats the goal of the move, all right? You wanna make sure that you're just lightly touching it, lightly holding on to it for support, okay? Additionally, we have work that will be on the ground, so if you need to, grab a towel, grab a mat, grab something that has some grip to it so that you're able to do the work properly without risking any injury, all right? 3, 2, 1, windmill right here, knees straight, all right? There you go. Go as far down as you can. Hinge at your hips. It's not a squat, okay? Now, make sure you have your weights, anything from light to medium or heavy, because what you're gonna have are the moves that are 60 seconds long. You might find that some moves, you can actually go up in weight. Other moves, you might find that, hey, it's 60 seconds long. I actually need to go down in weight to make sure that I keep form properly, okay? Make sure that they are up and out of the way so that as you are doing these exercises, you don't risk running into them and injury, all right? 3, 2, 1, hip opener, bring that knee up and out. There we go. Now make sure that your core is engaged. All right, lift that knee with your core. Make sure that as you go to the side, you're not rotating, okay? That means that the movement is not coming from the hip that you're trying to work, all right? Additionally, you can bring it in and out if you want a little bit more work in that hip, okay? Back to the workout, 4 rounds. You only repeat once, okay? 60 seconds each move, you'll have a 20-second break, all right? Then we'll move on after 1 round to the next, to the next, to the next, okay? Pure, simple, easy. Some moves you won't need any equipment for, okay? So again, make sure that your weights are up and out of the way so that you don't risk bumping into them and injury, okay? But have them in a manner that if you're needing to change out weights, you can just go ahead and grab and switch, all right? 3, 2, 1, awesome job. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about today's round 1. So go ahead, grab some water, get your weights ready. Round 1, the first 2 moves are actually our single leg work, okay? So move 1 and move 2 are the same, but we're just gonna switch legs each time, okay? So move 1 is a single leg RDL. You're gonna bend 1 knee. Now you can do this with 2 weights or 1. I will show both for you guys. And you're just gonna go down, shin level, back up, all right? Then after that, you have a surrender jump. You're here, you're gonna step out in front, here, jump. All right, but you're holding your weight here the whole time. Then we have a quad lift. I will show you that when we get there. Go ahead and grab your weight and get ready for me. We have that single leg RDL. 3, 2, 1 leg, all right? Load it up, weights in the heel. Bend your knee, go slow. Focus on a point on the ground, all right? Use that point to keep steady. Now make sure that your core is engaged. You're squeezing that glute as you come up. I'm gonna talk through some modification, okay? If you need to modify, all you're gonna do, you have a couple different options, okay? You can either tap back and then tap up, or you can go ahead and do the leg extension and then just tap up when you come up, okay? Now, when you're doing the leg extension, make sure that you only go hip height or just below, not above, okay? Additionally, make sure that your shoulders are rolled back and down, regardless of whether you're using 1 or 2 weights, okay? You have 10 seconds left, then you'll get a 20-second break. You'll get ready for the other leg, okay? During this next round, I'm gonna talk more about the surrender jump, okay? 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds. Shake it out. You're gonna go to the other leg. Now remember, if your foot feels like it is wobbling and that your toes are trying to grip, that's good. That means your foot is actually trying to help. The muscles are trying to figure out how do we need to work to help you with your balance, okay? 3, 2, 1. Now make sure if you're using one weight, it's in the opposite hand of the leg that you're working, okay? Slight bend in your knee, weights in that heel as you lift up and go back. There you go. Your gaze is about 2 to 3 inches, not 2 to 3 inches, 2 to 3 feet in front of you, all right? Whatever you do with your free hand, that's completely up to you. Core is engaged. If you're using 2 weights, you're just gonna do the same thing, down and up, okay? Squeeze that glute, all right? Now for the surrender jump, you guys have 30 seconds until your break. Keep going, I'm gonna talk through this, okay? Make sure that when you guys do this, you're gonna hold a weight right at your chest. You're stepping out in front of you, okay? Not underneath of you. Let me turn to the side. As you step underneath of you, you're putting your ankle in a very compromised position, okay? So out in front, and make sure that you don't lean forward to stand up, okay? You wanna just put your leg out in front and stand up, okay? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and grab your weight for that surrender jump. I'm gonna talk through this super, super quick, okay? As you're getting up, remember, you're holding the weight here. You're stepping into that squat. Jump, all right? Land in the squat, step back, switch legs, okay? Less than 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 60 seconds. 60 seconds right here. There you go. Step forward. Weights in your heel. Weights in your heel, not your toes. You honestly should be able to lift your toes as you step forward. Not much, but slightly, okay? Now modification. Let me talk you through that. To modify, you're gonna bring the leg up, still in front, 90-90, all right? You're gonna place the hand right on your thigh. Bring the other hand up so that you have some support. So yes, you will not be using weight. Again, don't lean forward to scoop up. Keep everything straight, core is engaged, weights in your heel. As you step here, calf raise, then you're gonna go back down. You can place your hand on your thigh for support going down, and you're gonna repeat. Make sure you're switching legs each time, okay? Feel free to modify to what works for you. You have 10 seconds until we have that break. Then we have one final move, and then this round is done. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, guys, quad lift, no weight for this, okay? Now for this move, let me get you set up, okay? You're gonna be on the ground. You're gonna make sure that your hands are just behind your glutes. You're gonna pull your toe towards you. Squeeze that quad, okay? Really engage it. Lift up, out to the side, all right? Join me right now. I'll tell you when to switch legs. There you go. Keep going. This one's gonna be a little fun one because we have a challenge through it, all right? There you go. Down. Make sure you are squeezing that quad. Switch legs. And make sure that as you're doing this, you're not rotating to the side. Everything stays straight. If you're advanced, keep it up the whole time. Don't tap down, okay? There you go. Stay forward. You're gonna lift both legs and hold in 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. It's a little tough, isn't it? Yes. So what you're doing is you're pulling your toes back. If you need to, go ahead and lean back a little bit more, but keep your core engaged. Don't let your back round. Squeeze by pulling your toes back. Hold here, hold here, hold here. Almost there, almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, grab water, move around for me. I'm gonna talk about round 2, which is gonna be all core, all right? So, move 1, you have a reverse crunch, okay? Let me talk you through it. Low back, as with any core move, is flat against the ground. You should not be able to put your hand, okay? So rotate your hips, draw your belly button back towards your spine, really engage it, okay? All you're gonna do from here is you're gonna lift your legs up, tap down, all right, right here. Now, if you want to add a challenge, you can lift your head up, but make sure that as you do this, low back does not pop up, okay? I'll talk more about that later. Modification, hands under your glutes. Then we're gonna have a side plank reach. So you're coming into a side plank, and we're gonna do one side for 60, other side for 60 right after, okay? So for this one, top leg, if you can see, is gonna take some of the support, okay? The other leg is flat. You're gonna start up, reach under, and go back up, okay? Now, we're gonna repeat that for the next move. You have 20 seconds before we start, okay? Then we have a plank arm and a leg lift. You're doing opposites, okay? So you're gonna be in high plank. All you're gonna do here, lift, down. Don't worry, I will show modification. Get ready for that reverse crunch, okay? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You're tapping your heels, not your toes. All right, modification. Hands under your glutes. Make sure your hips are rotated. Keep your knees at 90, okay? Sometimes we like to bring them in. Don't try and do that, okay? If you want to, lift your shoulders off the ground. Here's the thing though, you're not getting your chin to your chest if you're gonna do that. Your gaze is still at an angle at the ceiling. My hands just hover behind my head. They aren't pulling it forward, okay? Right here. But if you're gonna do this, you have to make sure that your low back can stay flat on the ground and you not let your hand go underneath, okay? Keep going for me. Your next move is gonna be that side plank, okay? Let me talk through that again. Elbow underneath your shoulder, all right? Bottom leg is on its side. Top leg's gonna cross over. Go ahead and relax, 20 seconds. Top foot is gonna give you some support, okay? I will talk through modification when we start. You're gonna prop up, keeping your hips stacked, okay? Meaning don't let them rotate until you have to rotate. Arm comes up, underneath. 3, 2, 1, join me right here. There we go, there we go. Modification, you're gonna take this bottom leg, make sure your thigh's lined up with your top thigh. All you're doing, right here. So you have that bottom leg for some support. You will feel your quad and your adductors kick on a little bit more with that one, okay? Keep going for me. Make sure that you're not letting your back arch. You're not letting your hips rotate without you actually rotating, okay? So what I mean by that, some people, when they do this, they'll keep their hips rotated at an angle down. You wanna make sure that you're really engaging that oblique and keeping your hips up as high as you can by keeping them stacked only until you start to rotate. And even then, when you rotate, they should never fully face the floor, okay? Now listen to your shoulder. All right, if you need to, put a towel underneath that elbow. 3, 2, 1, get ready to switch sides. Line that elbow up underneath. There you go. You're gonna do great, okay? Remember, bottom one is straight, top one's on top. Modification. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Where are your hips? Where are your hips? Now really squeeze your obliques to keep your hips up. Don't let them start to drop, okay? Even if you're modifying, fight it, because when you're modifying, your hips are actually gonna wanna drop even more, okay? So make sure if you're modifying, you're really, really, really engaging that core, trying to keep it straight up. There we go. Stay here. You're doing great. You only have one more move left after this, and then this round is done. 3, 2, 1. There you go. All right. Plank arm and leg, okay? Opposite arm, opposite leg. Get your hands underneath your shoulders. Don't worry. I will show you modifications, okay? There are plenty of them, all right? 3, 2, 1. Right here. Find your balance. Engage your core and glutes. Lift. I'm going to move a little bit forward because I just hit the wall. All right? Lift. Now, when you lift your back leg, you're not kicking it super high. It's a small little lift, okay? Hip height, they're just below. Shoulder height, they're just below. Modification. All right, you have a couple different modifications here. You can either high plank, arm, leg. Then switch sides. Come to a modified plank. Focus on just the arms. All right? Or come to all fours. And from here, right to the opposite. All right? Now, if you have diastasis recti, I want you on all fours, okay? Unless you can check yourself during the plank and notice that you have no coning or bulging, okay? But if you do have coning or bulging popping through, I want you to drop down to all fours, okay? 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, guys. You have 2 rounds left. That's it. 2 rounds left. Round 3. You will need weights again for these, okay? First move and second move are the same exact thing, okay? One leg, all right? Same as some of our other moves. You're coming down onto all fours. This is a glute kickback. You're gonna put the weight in the crook of your knee, okay? Hands underneath your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down so that they're not up in your ears. Your gaze is about 3 to 5 inches in front of your hands. Core is engaged. Knees underneath your hips. You're going to engage your leg by flexing your foot. This will also help you keep the weight in there. You're gonna squeeze it up as you go into a glute kickback. Now make sure that you're not trying to arch your back as you do it, okay? I want the work coming from your glute, not your low back. Move 2 is gonna be the same, but the other leg. Then you have a reverse Russian, all right? You're up just like this. Weight's gonna be right here. Everything stays straight. Board in front, board in back so that you cannot move, all right? Completely straight. Engage your core, quads, hammies, and glutes as you lean as far back as you can, coming back forward. Make sure that you don't do this, all right? And come back up. That's not what I want. No leaning forward either, okay? Then we have lateral glides. You're gonna come up, all right? Find this right stance that works for you. Toes are forward, holding one weight, or you can hold 2 here. You're gonna go side, stay low, side. All right, that's all you're gonna do, okay? We're gonna get started. Glute kickback. All right, grab your weight for me. We go in 3, 2, 1, right here. Flex and lift up. Now you're going hip height or just below. Hover that knee as you come back, all right? Don't let it actually touch the ground, okay? Make sure that your foot is flexed as you do this, okay? Now, I wanna make sure I'm pointing something out. As you do this, you wanna make sure that you don't lean to the side and start doing this, okay? It's not a fire hydrant, but this means that your core isn't engaged to help you stay fixated where your hips are straight to the ground, okay? So make sure that you're planted and you go up and down, all right? Make sure your core is in tight. You're almost there, all right? Then we're just gonna do the other leg, okay? 3, 2, 1, good job. Go ahead and switch, all right? There we go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Remember, hip height or just below. You're flexing your foot. Don't let that knee touch as you come back down. Squeeze your core. Squeeze your core. Don't let yourself lean. Weight is in all corners of your hands. It's also in that other knee. There we go. Your gaze is in front of your hands, not back at your feet, okay? There we go. Really squeeze at the top, okay? Squeeze at the top. There you go. Now, modification. Really all you can do for this one is limit the range of motion or drop weights. If you need to, you can go all the way down right here, all right? If you need to, you can do just that without the weight, okay? Your next move is gonna be that reverse Russian, okay? 3, 2, 1, take a break. Now for the reverse Russian, I'm gonna grab one weight. Make sure if you've never done this before that you go with a lighter weight, all right? Your toes are up. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs. So even though there's a gap, 3, 2, hold on, I'll get back to that. 1, go, 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 go. Now let me get back to that thought, okay? Even though your thighs aren't together, you're still, because your knees should be underneath your hips, you're still squeezing them as if you're trying to get them together, okay? That will help keep you stable. Now, as you do this, you wanna make sure that you go back as far as you can, keeping everything engaged before you feel like you're gonna drop your glutes or you're gonna lean forward, okay? If you start to feel like you're gonna do that, then stop right before that happens and go back up, even if that means this is your range of motion. Also, pay attention to the weight you're using. Heavier weight sometimes will limit just how far back you can go before you arch or you dip your glutes, okay? Additionally, if you need to, drop weight altogether. Stay right here. Think about your glutes and your hammies helping you get back, and then your quads and your core kicking on, pulling you forward. All right? Keep going for me. You're doing good. For 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good job. Now, you have lateral slides or glides. So with this one, you can have 2 weights, 1 weight here or 1 weight here, okay? So for this, all you're doing is you're going side to side, all right? 3, 2, 1. Join me right here. Chest stays up. Chest stays up. All right? Weight is in your heels. Toes are forward. Okay? Make sure that as you go down to one side, you're hinging. Chest stays up though. Other knee straight, other foot doesn't bend inwards, okay? And you just glide. Now if you need to modify, come here, up, down. And then when you get used to it, and if you feel like you can stay just a little bit lower, and then go down, don't stand fully up, okay? Listen to your body and work your way down, okay? You're doing great. You have less than 20 seconds, okay? Then this round is done. And then you only have 1 round left. How awesome is that? All right, less than 10. I'm gonna get stuff out of the way so I can show you guys the moves coming up. 2, 1, relax. All right, this last one, again, works on our abs. So we have a full body tuck or full body extension, whichever way you want to talk about it, okay? So you're coming back down. All right, again, as always, you're making sure that your core is engaged. Roll your hips. Make sure that you're rolling that pelvis so that you're getting your low back flat onto the ground. Now you're bringing your arms out and to the side for this one, not overhead, okay? So right here, full body extend. Then you come in to a tuck. All right, you're just tucking everything in, okay? Right here. Don't worry, I will show how to modify. Then you have a body saw, so you're gonna flip over. I'm gonna show you from an angle into a low forearm plank, okay? Hands down, elbows underneath your shoulders, forward and back. Making sure everything is intact, your core is engaged, your glutes are engaged, you're squeezing your thighs together, all right? Then after that, you will have a heel tap, so you're going back onto your back, all right? Again, rotate, low back's flat against the ground, draw that belly button back. You're gonna widen your stance with your legs, all right? The closer, the easier, the further, the harder, and you're trying to tap, 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 all right? The more you have them in line, it makes it just a little bit tighter of that side crunch, okay? Then after that, you will have a V-hold push. I will talk to you about that when we get there. We have that full body. 3, 2, 1. Join me. Remember, out and to the side, not straight up overhead. Now, if you're modifying, let me show you what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the same upper body motion, but all you're doing, put your heels on the ground. That way you're not just relaxing completely. Still rotate. You have a couple different options. You can bring one knee in at a time, or you can just come up, crunch. Make sure that even though you're doing that, you're never bringing your chin to your ground. My DR ladies, if you have diastasis recti, please watch your linea alba. Make sure there's no coning. If there is any coning or bulging, I want you to come down right here, extend out, down, drag it in, all right? Making sure that you have your hips rotated so that your low back is flat against the ground, okay? You're doing good. 3, 2, 1. Roll over for me. You have plank saws, okay? I will talk you through a modification. Come on down. Remember, Elbows underneath your shoulders. For this, you're trying to place the weight onto the outside of your pinkies if possible. If you need to, do feel free to come here, but know that sometimes that'll have you bring your shoulders up towards your ears, okay? We don't want that. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All you're doing is rocking forward and back. All right, forward and back. Keep your core engaged. Rotate your hips so that you're really tucking them under you, okay? Make sure that you're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your thighs together. Modification, all right? I don't want you rocking because you can't really rock with it, but you're gonna come to a high plank, all right? Modified high plank. From here, you're gonna place your toes down, lift to a normal, drop. This is all you're gonna do, making sure that you're keeping your core as tight as you can so that you do not arch your low back, okay? Keep going for me. That heel tap is gonna come up next, okay? You have less than 15 seconds before your break. So let me talk through that one again real quick, okay? You're gonna come back onto your back. Making sure your low back's flat. 2, 1, relax for me. Rotate. Make sure you're drawing your belly button in. Now again, the tighter in, the more of a crunch. Wider out, the little bit easier it'll be. Closer in, easier, all right? So find what works best for you, however you need to modify or advance. All you're doing is lifting your chest and shoulders up. Gaze stays up at the ceiling. Join me. And you're trying to touch your heels, all right? Make sure that you're not letting your hips move and your legs move. Everything here stays planted and you're twisting through your core to try and touch, okay? Now, if that's too much on your neck, you can always go ahead and relax. All right, lift up, tap, tap, back down. Up, tap, tap. All right, but make sure that your gaze is up and at an angle at the ceiling and that you are not trying to crunch your chin to your chest, okay? Never do that. Now, if you are one of my DR ladies, okay, this one is okay to do as long as you notice that there is no coning or bulging, okay? Take it slow, all right? Your last move is coming up, and it's that V-hold push. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Come up for me. Front of your knees. Lean back until you have that flat back that we've always talked about. What we're gonna do, extend one, lift one in, hand pushes against your thigh while your thigh pushes into your hand, okay? I will tell you when we are gonna switch, okay? 3, 2, 1, ready? Lift up, extend, push, push, push. You're creating a force here. You should be shaking a little bit, okay? Now, modification. You have a couple different ones, okay? You can either rest that heel and be right here if you need to modify more, or you are one of my ladies with DR. I want you to come all the way down, and you can either do here or extend in here, okay? It's up to you. Now I want you to keep pushing. 3, 2, 1, switch. There we go. If you want more, both hands, really be pushing, really be pushing. Here's something that I want you to watch though. Make sure that you're trying to keep that straight line with your back and that you don't round and that you don't start coming all the way down here, okay? You really have to work your core in, all right? Stay here. You should be shaking a little bit. Fight it, push harder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys did so good. You did so good, okay? Awesome job. I want you to come here. All right, I want you to come into child's pose for me. There we go. Right here. As you exhale, try and get your chest a little bit lower to the ground for me, okay? Exhale. There you go. There you go. Keep breathing. Walk over to the side for me. Over. Okay. come on up to all fours. Push for me. Cat-cow. Come back down. Go between your shoulders. Lift your head. There you go. You did good today. Come back up. Really push through your hands. Good job. Come back down. I know that the moves today were a little bit slower. You know, we didn't really do a lot of reps of them. But that's okay. Come into down dog. Just keep breathing for me. From here, I want you to pedal your feet. That means just bend one knee, straighten, bend the other, all right? You're trying to keep your heel on the leg that's straight on the ground. Okay, this will just help get additional stretch in that other leg. You can walk your hands in even further if you want a really deep stretch, okay? And if you find that one side needs to stay on that stretch, feel free to leave it, okay? Get whatever stretch in that you need to. 3, 2, 1, walk your hands all the way in, walk your feet in, stay right here for me. Every exhale so you can get just a little bit lower, okay? I'm going to count you up. As I count you up, I want you to roll through your spine, okay? Nice and slow. Come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Roll your shoulders because they got some work today too. There we go. You did so good. I want you to tell yourself that. Awesome job. Awesome job. Other direction for me. There we go. There we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Now, if you need to, do some more stretching on your own. All right, get everything loosed up. Please stay hydrated. Make sure you're fueling your body right. And I will see you right back here for our next workout together. Have an amazing day, all right?